So the CHIPS Act money's almost all gone. Almost all gone. They're doing stories now. There's $6 billion left, and there's some 600 companies that are, lining up, vying there, trying to get their hands on our tax dollars to help fund their businesses. Listen, I could start yelling and screaming about how ridiculous it is. I've probably done it in the past. If you noticed, I've kind of taken a more flippant approach to a lot of the corruption that takes place now, simply because I've kind of recognized it's basically an exercise in futility. They're going to continue to take our tax dollars and they're going to continue to blow it on nonsense. Anyway, big story where the $6 billion is going to go. And they're talking about all of this money that's going to these chips companies and how 85% of it has already gone to major manufacturers. And the funny thing is that these chips companies, they're not stupid either. Okay. They say all the money's gone until it isn't. What happens if Taiwan Semiconductor or Micron or Intel, they come back to the government and say, oh, well, we appreciate the billions of dollars that you took from the taxpayers and gave them to us, but it's not enough. We're not going to be able to get this plant off the ground. We're going to need more money. Could you go steal more taxpayer money for us? And the politicians, they don't want to look ridiculous. They'll go and do it. Oh, mark my words. This won't be the end of this by any stretch of the imagination. The funny thing is CNBC is interviewing the guy in charge, Michael Schmidt. He is the director of the CHIPS program. And I said, I want to see what qualifications this Michael Schmidt has in regards to taking taxpayer money and handing it out. Does he have any background in that business? Has he ever managed money before? No. He's basically doled it out. That's his experience, is just taking taxpayer money and doling it out. I'm not making this up. He most recently served as a senior advisor at the Treasury Department. He managed the child tax credit program from the American Rescue Plan. So, yeah, again, taking taxpayer money and handing it out. Prior to that, he was up in Albany, New York. He served as the commissioner of the New York State Department of Taxation, which oversees the state's tax system and collects hundreds of billions of dollars in tax revenue. Then he was deputy secretary for economic development in New York. I go on and on and on. He's basically a government worker. Oh, but he did go to Yale. He is a lawyer. He got his bachelor and his law degree from Yale, which makes him very qualified to, obviously steal taxpayer money and hand it out to profitable corporations. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.